Several countries around the world are bearing the burden of preserving wildlife, according to a study by Australian researchers. Cattle herders and farmers in Africa regularly see their stock killed or their crops decimated without any compensation because cash from NGOs and wildlife charities is barely enough to cover conservation. This has been the case in countries like Kenya. Lions are very problematic as they kill our cattle at night. The Kenya Wildlife Service usually records our ordeals, but it takes so many years for us to be compensated. With us seeing no need in reporting the attacks, and so we just let the lions eat our livestock. The research assessed 133 countries where 18 different carnivores ranged and found farmers in developing countries like Kenya were more likely to suffer financially compared to countries like the US, Sweden or Norway.
We made an assumption that if a community in Kenya or a community in Sweden or a community in Norway lost a single cattle calf and that weighs 250 kilograms, how would that impact their per capita income? And we found that countries on average living in the developing economies, mainly in the global south, that live alongside carnivores, species like cheetahs, lions, tigers, they suffer about an 8 times higher economic vulnerability when you compare them to developed economies.
According to the report, the cost of conservation is immense, and even raising funds for this falls short. Tens of millions of dollars are spent on the lions populations of Africa each year, but that's far short of the $1 billion each year that is actually needed.
The government, the new government, the government before, the Kenya Wildlife Service don't have the massive availability of funds that they have in the Western world. So those that do try and get compensation, if they get it at all, sometimes they're waiting like 5-6 years. Today you get your group of 20 sheep killed by hyenas, but you've got to wait 5-6 years to get compensation.
The author of the study, published in Communications Biology, was led by conservation biologist Alexander Brakovsky.